Welcome back to my channel, and this video is going over the newly released Thor Love and Thunder teaser trailer. We've been waiting for a long time for it to come out, and I'm just going to go over it. This is, again, a new type of video for me. I'm just kind of experimenting here. Might not always go over trailers like this, but this is definitely exciting, and I just wanted to go over what this trailer shows. So starting out, we see Child Thor, and we've seen him as a kid before in the first movie. When Odin is talking to him and Loki, they're about 10, 11 years old maybe in that, and he looks younger here. And after that, the transition goes to maybe a teenager Thor, and his costume is very reminiscent of the '60s original look that he had. When the original Avengers comic when he first joined, like this is what his appearance was basically, and this is keeping up with the comic accurate looks in Phase 4 of the MCU. And after this transition, it shows what Thor looks like pretty much before the first Thor movie, it seems, because that's just about the age he looks. He looks a little younger here. And then the transition ends of that, and so Thor's here walking in fire. I don't really know what he's doing here. This is a complete mystery area to me so far. And there's some voiceover. He's burying Stormbreaker. He's like planting Stormbreaker in the dirt, and talking about how he's pretty much done, fighting in wars, fighting anyone basically. He just wants to find peace a different way. That's what it seems. I'm kind of stating the obvious here. So he's gonna just like meditate, and this seems like a journey of self-discovery for Thor. And after the Marvel logo, we see Thor kind of like how he was at the end of Endgame, not really in the best shape, but so he's working out, and he has the world's strongest Avenger on his hat. It's kind of like a trucker hat that he's wearing, and I don't know what this exercise is called. Honestly, I wish it came to mind, but it's not really important. And these chains he's using are attached to a giant skeleton, and I don't really know what creature this could be. It's bigger than Eitri from Infinity War, and I don't really want to say he's a Watcher because I don't think the skull really matches up. He's just a giant, doesn't really matter. I doubt it'll have any importance to the film. And so here we see Star-Lord, Mantis, and some blue people. I really have no idea what species they could be or what planet they're on. And so Star-Lord's looking up at Thor probably, and then Mantis is looking straight, with a gun in her hands. And so yeah, Thor throws his cloak down, and so we can see Rocket and Groot there, and I think that's Nebula behind Thor, and then Star-Lord is up against the rock. So they're fighting people. I mean, they're fighting somebody and like basically defending these blue people from who's coming to their planet. And so the Guardians rush into battle. Thor stands here, and he walks away. So we don't really know what that means. And we see the Guardians ship, blast off. And Thor talks about how his superhero days are over. And we see Thor and Korg stand on Sakaar, maybe? I don't really know what this could be because, I don't know. It just gives me Sakaar vibes. And obviously Korg has his new outfit, probably just from New Asgard. You can see his belt with the ram on it, I believe. And this is Thor's new Ravager look. So either he just got left from the Guardians and he's going to go on his journey of self-discovery after this. And we see, New Asgard, which is really cool looking. And I think this might be Olympia with, Zeus, Hercules. I hope they appear in this movie. And to my knowledge, Zeus is appearing. I hope Hercules does too. Anyway, so here's Thor with some pirates. I thought that was Jane Foster when I watched this for the first time, but yeah, that's not Jane Foster. And on Olympia, I believe this is Zeus, played by Russell Crowe. And then there's Thor and Korg. So I don't know if Thor and Korg could go to Olympia or just Thor by himself. Doesn't really matter, I guess. Because maybe Thor's just trying to find out his purpose in the universe from other gods, the Olympian gods, instead of, because Asgard's gone. He can't talk to Odin. Yeah, the Asgardian gods are pretty much no more besides him. And so here are Thor and Korg looking over a giant creature. I don't know what this beast could be. It looks really cool. I like the design, how it's basically a mountain at this point because it's dead. It looks dead. Here's Star-Lord talking. his voiceover telling Thor some advice, and then also on screen is New Asgard and like a bunch of tourists. And then we get to see Valkyrie. So she's king of Asgard, and I don't really know what's next to her. She's kind of just by herself. And here's another picture, and I think that might be a statue of Zeus. So yeah, Star-Lord continues talking, giving Thor advice about looking into the eyes of people that he loves, and there's a little joke because it shows the remaining Guardians. So Gamora and Yondu, they're not here. And then we get to see Jane Foster as Mighty Thor, and she gets the broken pieces of Mjolnir at some point in the movie, and her hair turns blonde. She gets the Thor helmet, and yeah, Mjolnir just like repieces itself, I guess, and Thor looks shocked. So this might be the first time he sees Jane, or he's seen Jane already and just doesn't know that she's wielding Mjolnir now. Like he could be surprised by that, or just to see her in general. I'm willing to bet that he's seen her prior to getting her powers, but she could just be visiting New Asgard and then like happens to get Mjolnir there, because we know from the end of Ragnarok the shattered pieces of Mjolnir on the ground where Hela destroyed it, and pretty sure that Jane just comes into contact with it. And so yeah, great comic accurate look, like how Captain America and Falcon and the Winter Soldier looked very comic accurate, and also like the classic Loki outfit. This is a great trailer, even though it's just a teaser. I think it did a really good job. I'm not really showing, and like it didn't show Sif, and then the characters that I hoped it would appear, like Hercules, Beta Ray Bill, none of them. It doesn't show the antagonist of the film, Gore the God Butcher. So I guess they're waiting to show him. And I know the show Moon Knight hasn't finished airing yet, and people are theorizing about the Egyptian gods in that show being killed by Gore. And I don't really know if there's a correlation there, just because this movie and that show have to do with gods. I don't really think that there's a connection, and that's not why they're not showing Gore. It could just be for a dramatic effect. They want to hold off and just be extremely hyped when we actually get an official look at him, other than like leaks and toys. So yeah, like this video if you want. I hope you enjoyed this pretty useless video. I don't know, I just wanted to make a video going over this trailer. Yeah, have a nice day.